It is the middle of the night. Fog is sitting in the low spots. There is ice on the bridge decks, and somewhere up ahead a set of tracks crosses the road. Most of what can hurt you out here, you will see coming. This lesson is about the times you will not. 4 conditions turn a routine drive into a real one. 3 of them steal your sight: darkness, fog, and foul weather. The 4th does not care whether you see it or not: the train. Get all 4 right and you bring the rig home. Night, fog, extreme weather, and railroad crossings. 4 times the rules of the road quietly change on you. Let us get you ready for all 4. Start with the dark. At night, you are at greater risk for one simple reason: you cannot see a hazard as soon, so you have less time to react. The manual sorts the problems into 3 groups: the driver, the roadway, and the vehicle. Your eyes do not see as sharply in dim light, and they need time to recover after a bright light hits them. Your headlights are the whole game after dark. On low beams, you can see about 250 feet ahead. Flip to high beams, and that opens up to roughly 350 to 500 feet. Use your high beams whenever it is safe and legal. That extra distance is reaction time. But high beams come with a rule: dim them within 500 feet of an oncoming vehicle, and dim them when you are following another vehicle closely. Your brights in someone's mirror or windshield can blind the very driver you are sharing the road with. Now the flip side, when it is someone else's high beams. Oncoming headlights can blind you for a moment, and your eyes need a few seconds to recover. At 55 miles per hour, those few seconds are more than 400 feet of road covered while you are effectively blind. So do not stare into those lights. Look slightly to the right and follow the right edge line or the edge of the road with your eyes. It keeps you in your lane while the glare passes without frying your night vision. One more on the vehicle. Dirty headlights can throw as little as half the light they should. Clean your headlights, reflectors, marker lights, and the windshield inside and out as part of every pre-trip. Filthy glass quietly cuts your sight in half, and you will not notice until it matters. And here is the rule that ties the whole night together. Never overdrive your headlights. Drive slow enough that you can always stop within the distance you can see. If something appears at the edge of your low beams and you cannot stop in that 250 feet, you are driving too fast for the dark. Now, fog. The best advice we can give you about driving in fog is short: do not. Fog can roll in suddenly and change thickness by the yard. If you can, pull off into a rest area or a truck stop and wait it out. No load is worth guessing at what is 30 feet in front of you. If you truly must drive it, do these things. Slow down before you enter the fog patch, not once you are already blind inside it. Use your low beams and fog lights. High beams just reflect off the fog and bounce right back into your eyes. Be ready to stop. Do not pass. And never, ever stop in a traffic lane. A vehicle sitting still in fog is a target waiting to be hit. Foul weather now, and we will start with winter, because winter driving begins long before the snow, in your pre-trip. Check your coolant and antifreeze at the right level and the right strength, and make sure your defrosters, heaters, and window and mirror heaters all work. Then your wipers, blades that press hard enough to actually clear snow, and washer fluid that is full and treated with antifreeze so it does not freeze on the glass. Winter tires and chains. Your tread has to dig in. Drive tires to push you, steering tires to steer you through snow. Carry the right number of chains for your vehicle. Check them for broken hooks and links before you need them, and learn to install them before the storm, not on the shoulder in a whiteout with cold hands. Finish the winter checks with the things that go wrong quietly. Lights and reflectors get coated in road grime fast. Clean them and check them again on the road. Clear all the ice and snow off your windows and mirrors before you start. And make sure your exhaust system is tight, because an exhaust leak with the windows rolled up is not just uncomfortable, it is deadly. Once you are rolling on snow, change how you drive. Cut your speed by half or more on packed snow, and open up your following distance well past what you would leave on dry pavement. And if you have just come through deep water and your brakes are wet, dry them. Light, steady pressure while you drive slowly in low gear. Then test them before you actually need them. Now flip the season. Heat is just as hard on a truck. Your tires take the worst of it, so inspect them every 2 hours or every 100 miles. Heat builds air pressure inside the tire, which means one thing you must never do. Never let air out of a hot tire. It reads high now, but bleed it and it will be dangerously underinflated once it cools. And respect real heat. If a tire is too hot to touch, do not drive on it. Stay stopped until it cools, because it may blow out or even catch fire. Keep an eye on your coolant temperature gauge and never remove a radiator cap while the system is hot and pressurized. One more for the road itself. In extreme heat, tar bleeds up to the surface and makes the pavement slick. Burn the weather numbers in. Low beams about 250 feet. High beams 350 to 500. Dim within 500 feet of oncoming traffic. Dirty lights half the light. In fog, low beams, and never stop in a lane. In winter, exhaust leaks kill, and you cut speed in half on packed snow. In heat, check tires every 2 hours or 100 miles and never bleed a hot tire. Last movement, railroad crossings. And this is the one hazard that does not care whether you saw it coming. Rule 1. Expect a train on any track, at any time, from either direction. Watch for multiple tracks too. The second one train clears, another may be coming the other way on the next set of rails. Here is the trap that kills people at crossings. You cannot judge a train's speed or how far away it is. A train is huge, so it looks slower and farther than it really is. Never race one to a crossing, and understand what you are dealing with. An average freight train doing 55 miles per hour needs a mile or more to stop. It cannot stop for you. Ever. Crossings come in two flavors. A passive crossing has no gates and no lights, which means the decision is entirely yours. Slow down, look both ways, and listen. You may even need to roll a window down to hear a horn over your own engine. At a passive crossing, you are the warning system. An active crossing has gates and lights. But do not hand it your whole trust. Never drive around a lowered gate. Not once, not for any reason. And never rely on the signals alone, because they can fail. So even when the lights are dark and the gates are up, look anyway before you cross. 3 hard rules for the moment you cross. Never shift gears on the tracks. A missed shift can stall you dead on the rails. Never stop on the tracks. And before you ever start a cross, be certain you can completely clear the crossing. Know your length and know there is room on the far side. If you cannot clear it, you do not start. And the one you pray, you never use. If you get trapped on a crossing with a train coming, do not try to save the truck. Get out and get everyone out. Then move quickly away from the vehicle at an angle toward the oncoming train. That way, when it hits, the debris is thrown away from you instead of at you. The railroad facts to lock down. Expect a train on any track, any time, from either direction. You cannot judge its speed, so never race it. A freight at 55 needs a mile or more to stop. Never shift gears on the tracks. Be sure you can clear the crossing before you start. And if you are ever trapped, get out and move toward the train at an angle. 5 conditions, 1 screen. Night. Your low beams show about 250 feet. High beams up to 500. So never overdrive them. Fog. Do not drive in it and never stop in a lane. Winter. Watch that exhaust and cut your speed in half on snow. Heat. Check your tires and never bleed them hot. And the railroad. You cannot judge a train, so never race it and never get caught on the tracks. That is night, fog, weather, and the railroad crossing. 4 times the road stops playing fair. This course is developed by Georgia firefighters for the ones coming up behind them. If it is helping, like the video and subscribe. The whole course is on the channel in order and free. There is a full practice test linked below when you are ready. Bring the rig home safe.